Hey everybody, I'm Holly, aka the ScientoloGeek, and welcome to the 36th episode of Going Over the Data series. So we're going to cover two policy letters today. One seems to be an addition to the previous policy letter, and the other one is just a completely different one. They're both pretty short, about 2 pages each, even less than that, so we'll get both of those done today, and then we will figure out what we'll do afterwards. So I have taken up Mark Headley's birthday game challenge, if you are unaware, which means I want to get my subscriber count as high as possible by March 13th, which is L. Ron Hubbard's birthday and the day of the big Scientology birthday game event. So it would be great if you guys could like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell, do what you got to do, share this with your friends and family, show them what Scientology really has in its repertoire. Without further ado, let's get started. So here we have the HCO policy letter of the 19th of September, 1973, edition of the 20th of March, 1977. This is called Checking Evaluations.
Addition. This policy letter was compiled from a series of notes written by LRH in reviewing evaluations in 1976. It's being issued for use by evaluators and personnel who critique evaluations, and that comes from the Church of Scientology International. Multiple situations. Evaluators can be on a whole org kick where the evaluation must handle the whole org. Evidence of this is the why lately was defined by someone else as something that handled all outpoints. The initial step of the stat analysis is to find the area and then find its situation and its why is not being done. Hence, individual org situations do not get spotted or evaluated, and evaluations take forever. A situation is something that affects stats or survival of the org. An outpoint is something that contributes to a situation and should not be in the situation area. A why is the real basic reason for the situation, which, being found, opens the door to handling. Evaluators who are trying to embrace the whole org or world in one evaluation are missing all the real situations or landing only in Division 7.
That's the executive division.
An evaluation can have philosophical whys, such as the CO and HCO have prevented execs from being made by omitting actions that would accomplish this, i.e., choosing suitable ones, hatting, training, and apprenticing them, which has led to blows in the 19th century solution of transfers and removals and eventually no execs at all. That's all fine, but you can ask a bit, how come they're doing that? So it couldn't be a bottom level why. Anytime you can ask a how come, you haven't got a why, you have a situation. Just an off the cuff why better than that would be day and foundation staff are the same, allowing no time to hat and train. Or another, there is no HCO staff. Or another, only a handful make the gross income, and the rest of the org is considered superfluous. Yet none of these are the why either, as you can also again ask, how come?
For those who don't know, day and foundation orgs is basically just two names for the same organization, just depending on the time of day. So say you had like Boston Day would be all the daytime hours, and then Boston Foundation would be the nighttime hours. But usually they're the same organization, somehow split into two.
The new type of evaluation would use telex lines and FRs.
I don't know what an FR is.
To ask a lot of questions after one had found the real situation. It would go find the situation area from stats, find the situation from data files, get some sort of a why that will now become the situation, and burn the telex lines or send a mission from the FOLO to find out how come that situation.
FOLO is Flag Organization Liaison Office?
You would then get the real why and could do a program. This would make evaluations pretty real.
This was assisted by the admin training lineup sort out in charge. Let's move right into the next one just so we can get this part done. The HCO policy letter of the 19th of September, 1973, edition of 2nd October, 1977. Okay, so I didn't read that properly. So this is an addition to the other one that we went through in 35.
So multiple situation eval format compiled from AO 53610 and FMO 1672 as the proper format per direction from LRH as given in Executive Directive 270 Flag Bureau.
I assume that's Flag Bureau.
For multiple situation evaluations, the following is the correct format to use in the final evaluation write-up. Situation 1. Policy, situation, stats, data, outpoint count, plus point count as applicable, why, ethics why as applicable, who as applicable, ideal scene, handling. For a multiple situation eval, the plan is written here, e.g. handling, find and train executives, etc. Situation 2. policy, and so on as per above. The above formats repeated for as many situations as were evaluated. Then, program. 1. First target, 2. Second target, and so on. The program targets to specifically handle the whys of each situation should be divided up as follows. Situation 1 targets. 4, or whatever number in sequence after any beginning general targets, make up a list, ... 5, go through the org. 6, go and see blank, etc. Situation 2 targets. 19, or whatever number in the sequence following the situation 1 targets, see that blank. 20, call on blank. 21, get the blank, etc. One does this for as many situations as were evaluated. When writing and issuing a set of program orders or mission orders separate to the eval itself, the usual program or mission order format is used, except the operating targets get divided up as shown above. This was assisted by the AVU verifications chief.
I'm assuming that means audio-visual unit. So, we have covered 2 new additions to the checking evals policy. The first one, talking about multiple situations and how the string is pulled to try to figure out what the base root Y is. Kind of reminded me a little bit of a child playing the Y game with their parents. Just like, why is the sky blue? Well, because of this, then why is that? So it's just a little analogy that I kind of was reminded of. We also covered what a final evaluation write-up looks like. So if we ever wanted to write one out for whatever reason, we could at least do it in the proper format. We did learn that everything, all the handlings and the targets and situations have to be on the same evaluation. So could you imagine an evaluation with 6 situations that you had to handle and just having all of those in this chunk of data, in this paperwork, and just going through all that stuff? So that's, yeah, I could see any data series evaluation just extending forever, trying to find the root Ys, finding different situations, and especially when they had you going up the chain of command. If there were problems with a superior, then you had to figure those out, and it just seems like it would take forever. I do want to let you know I am working on the script for a sporgery video. If you don't know what sporgery is, feel free to Google it. Right now I'm just trying to fact check and make sure that all the information matches up properly and that it's not going to be inaccurate. I'm also trying to find a few other pieces of information that I'm having trouble getting my hands on right now. So, thank you guys for watching and sticking around, especially through this long data series playlist. And I will talk to all of you later. See ya.